Okay, the book really doesn't go into how to add, subtract, or operationalize fractions using models. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Um, what I want to do is show you how to use models to add fractions. So say we have, oh, let's just say 1/2 plus 2/3. Okay. Of course, you have to have common denominators in order to add fractions. You don't have to have or subtract fractions. You don't have to have common denominators when you are multiplying fractions. So what I'm going to do is 1/2. I'm all at first. And when you have 1/2, you're going to express it as a fraction. So let's just say I color this part, half of this part with red. That connotes or denotes 1/2. Okay. Then I want to do 2/3. Remember, from the reading, your fractions need to be the same size. That way you'll know you're dividing it equally. Okay. All right. So, and then instead of going up and down, kind of differentiate, I'm going to go across. Okay. And I'm doing 2/3. That means 2 equal parts are shaded in. 2 equal parts are shaded in. All right, since I know I have to have common denominators, instead of me trying to find the greatest common denominator, or least common denominator, I know that 2 times 3 is 6. So with my area models, I will have to draw, um, change these fractions to make equivalents using sixes. So I know this is 1/2. The equivalent of 1/2 to a 6 is 3/6. So I'm gonna draw my line here, draw my line here, and see 1, 2, 3, 6. And for the sake of time, we're gonna say their fractions are even. All right, here, in order for me to do 2/3, I have to find equivalent fraction for 2/3 for something 6, and that means I'm gonna do half here. And it'll be 4, 6. Since I have a common denominator, I can go ahead and add. Okay? 3 plus 4 equals 7, 6. 7, 6. I can do the same thing for subtracting fractions. Okay? And I'm going to take the same two fractions and I'm going to subtract them. But I'm going to put 2/3 first because 2/3 is greater than 1/2. So I'm going to say 2/3 minus 1/2. And I'm going to connote or denote what 2/3 look like. Draw my fraction. Using the area model. Okay. And I'm going to divide in thirds again. And I'm going to note what 2/3 look like. Okay. It's this stuff right here. 1/3, 2/3. Then I'm going to draw or make this fraction as a half. We're talking about the half of the same particular thing. Oops. We're going to hopefully make those the same size. And I am going to denote what 1/2 is. And 1/2 is this little piece right here, shaded in, or it could be the other piece, doesn't matter. 1/2. Okay, we're going to pretend that they're both the same size. All right, now remember, you have to have like denominators in order to add or subtract fractions. So what I'm going to have to do is multiply 3 times 2, which I know it's 6, and I'm going to have to break this up in sixes. Well, how will I break up the sixes? I will divide this in half. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6. Well, I'm going to do the same thing here, but instead of breaking it up in half, I'm going to break it up in thirds to make sixes. So I'm going to put a line here and a line here. Now just denote my equivalency to 1/2, which is 3/6. So now I can say the difference between 4/6 and 3/6, because I have common denominator, is 1/6. All right. So using the area model, we can draw out what we mean by adding fractions and subtracting fractions. We could do the same thing for multiplying, but I'm going to cover that later in another video. The next video also I'm going to do the linear model. Now, the linear model is another way of denoting or subtracting or adding fractions. And in fact, I believe in 4th grade and 3rd grade. 3rd grade, you have to denote where the fractions are on the linear model, and then you'll have to do the operationalizing of fractions in 4th grade using the linear model. All right. Well, for now, that was it.